Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in beautiful San Diego, California. Where actually today it's definitely looking like fall. It's got a little briskness in the air. It's in the I think mid 60s with a little wind blowing. So to us, this is what we call cold. I know you guys are laughing that are from other states, but that's what we got here. Anyway, so welcome, and got a lot to talk about with Stampin' Up and what's going on with me here. So I'm going to get right to it. First thing would be the beautiful Advent Actually, no, I'm not going to go there yet. There's something new that I don't think I've talked about yet called the Traditions of Christmas Craft Along that Stampin' Up is doing. Let me get the little picture that they sent us. Come on, there we go. So it's an online craft class. Here's the info. And it is on October 23rd at 2 p.m. It costs $30, and you're going to be crafting with some of the design people and the probably the development experts that help us demonstrators. Again, it's October 23rd at 2 o'clock Mountain Time, so that would be 1 o'clock Pacific Time. It costs $30, and they're going to be crafting with the Traditions of Christmas suite. Now, they say you don't have to have the suite to do it. You can craft with your own stuff, and I know that they do have a couple things in that suite. The gems and the paper are right now out of stock, and they certainly won't be back, and won't be able to get them by October 23rd, but it looks like a fun class. Still going strong with our Papercraft Collective Design team. If you place an order for $50 or more with me anytime in the month of October, you are going to get a PDF with 8 video tutorials on putting those Traditions of Christmas suite products to good use. And there's some beautiful things. Some are 3Ds, some are fun folds, some are beautiful cards. Next thing up I wanted to talk about is see how big this is? It's bigger than my head. 12 days of Advent crafting calendar, and behind each one of these doors is going to be some crafting supplies, and it also comes with this stamp set that is basically a double. Let me see if I can open it. A double stamp set. You can see there's like double the amount of stamps. So, you know, and this isn't even in behind one of the doors. You get that as soon as you open the package. And we're going to be making a card with it today. But anybody who buys this from me, and it's $99, it's not cheap, I'll give you that. I know it has over $99 worth of supplies in there. You can reuse that box again. I know a lot of people are going to package it with all sorts of other things and give it to somebody else. Anybody who buys this from me is going to get a tutorial with 8 cards made by me and my upline Peggy Noe, and we're actually going to make one of those cards today. So if you have the Advent calendar and you don't want to see anything in it, I'm not going to show you everything in it, just what I use for the cards, but if you have it and you're opening it slowly or haven't even started yet and you don't want to see anything, then after I'm talking here you might want to turn away, but we're going to make a pretty card with it. So, and again, if you buy it from me, you'll get a tutorial for 8 different cards that you can make with all the wonderful supplies. I also wanted to talk about, again, the Handmade and Heartfelt kit that we had a free class, Stampin' Up did online on World Card Making Day, which is always the first Saturday of October. Because I'm not only made the cards, and they're not in front of me, but I just wanted to show you this cool little box, because now mine has all my supplies in it, and it looks pretty. The bow I put on here, but that doesn't come with the kit, but you can put whatever bow you want. I'm just in love with this bow right now. I mean, this ribbon, the Misty Moonlight and Silver ribbon. So, okay, hi Roz, I got people here. Hi Beth. Anyway, what else we got here? I think, oh, I know, the join special. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that. So I've been a demo for almost 10 years, or maybe it's been 10 years, I keep forgetting. And I've never seen this good of a demo or a join special. And of course, you can just join and do this and never do anything again, but I think that'd be crazy because for at least, let me see, this is October, so at least till the end of April, you'll get 20% off of everything and get all sorts of anything that Stampin' Up! Usually sells in a catalog, we get a month earlier than anybody else. But the join special is for $35, you get $125 worth of product, any product, and even the product that is coming out in November for an online exclusive, you can even put that in your joining group of products. So $35 for $125. That's usually $99. Now the $99 special is you get $189 worth of product, almost $200 worth of product for $99, and the shipping's free, and you get a paper pumpkin, and all the supplies you would need if you did want to become a demonstrator. All right, so I'm going to put you down for a sec for the next group of announcements, I guess is the best way to call them. So coming up, I've got my gingerbread class. I'm kind of full at my house because I don't have enough time to get your supplies by Sunday. But if there's anybody who still wants to take it, now's your chance. For $35, you're going to get half a pack of the 6x6 Regal Designer Series paper. You're going to get a full pack of the, what are these called, Delightful Decorative Dots, and a half a spool, so that's 5 yards, which is going to be difficult to use up anyway, of the Real Red Ribbon. And we're going to be making 4 cards, and I'll show you one because I want you guys to help me with this, because I feel like I want to do one more thing on this card, and it's been driving me nuts that I can't figure out what it is. So this is my gingerbread woman. So I thought the gingerbread man needed a girlfriend, so I started making these gingerbread men with, or gingerbread women with what I think really kind of looks like a hula skirt. And this was made with the coneflower. Anyway, so I figured, since she kind of looks like a hula girl, putting some flowers in her hair would be nice, but I'm trying to figure out what to put in her hand, because I know I can just put one of the little candies in her hand, which is maybe what I'm going to do. But I was trying to think of something else to put in her hand. So if you guys have any brilliant ideas, let me know. All right, so the other classes, and this is my exciting time of the year, because I have a class every year since I've been doing this in November for, and this year's going to be November 15th, but if anybody wants to get on the fun, I can mail you some cards to make it home. But I do what's called a holiday card buffet, and I usually have somewhere between 15 and 20 cards that you can choose from, and you make a minimum of 8 cards. You can stay and make as many as you want till they run out. But I'm going to show you some of them, so if you're coming and you don't want to know, look away. So this year it's going to be on November 15th. It takes people about 3 to 4 hours to make those 8 cards, unless they make 8 of all the same one, then you can get going a little faster. But this is our little festive friends, excuse me, oh, and I don't even have any water in here today. Our festive friend snowman, I don't know if you could tell, he's on that little velvet paper. So that's kind of a little fun fold here. And this is one from the Jolly Holly. And this is the traditional wreath back here. and some traditions of Christmas stuff. Oh, I need to get an inside sentiment there. This is one of my favorite ones. I just finished this one, and I also did it for Hanukkah card, and we'll get to the Hanukkah stuff in a minute. But I just think this is so pretty, this modern Christmas suite with the banners. Hey Maria, thanks for watching. And some more with the traditions of Christmas, kind of a Z-fold card. So that's going to be on November 15th, and like I said, I will, if people want to do this at home, they have the stuff to do it at home. Mostly you're just going to need sentiments to do at home. Or they just want the PDF. I'm going to be selling the PDF of all the cards too. So more to come on that. And then on November 29th in the afternoon, we're going to be doing a Hanukkah class. Now, I know Stampin' Up! Has our one Celebrate the Miracle stamp set that we've had for the last 3 Hanukkahs, I think. But I also, on my Hanukkah class, like to throw in some old, much older ones, because I don't throw away my Hanukkah stuff. So this is a cool little fun fold card. And see, I didn't even put the inside in yet, but I just think that's so pretty with the pretty peacock and the gold. So that will be for my Hanukkah class. All right, so now we are going to, yeah, I'm going to just give you a little sneak peek at some of my other cards that I made with the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. This one did not make it into my 4 that people are going to get a PDF for. But what I did is notice these, we're going to use these dies today too. They go very well with our perennial postage ones too. All right, so this set has a set of masks that I used to make that, and this is this cool, I'm just in love with this, how this works. So it starts out as a portrait card, and then you open it and it's a landscape card, and it's still right side up. I don't know who thought of this, but it's very cool. I made a shaker card because there's some shaker elements, and just a real simple thinking of you card. So those are some of the cards I've made with that, and then this is the card we're going to make today. So let's start this off. So we've got a thick basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. Where's my bone folder? Because I didn't do this yet. All right, and then I have a piece of the designer paper that I didn't have enough of this to do this again. So that, oh no, I did. This is the same one. So this is 3 inches by 5.5 inches. And I've been playing around lately with making my DSP go the whole, span the whole thing. You know, usually I'm putting borders around it, but I don't know, the last few days I've been playing with the whole thing. So that's how I got 2, because this one was just 3 inches also. And then this is 1.25 inches. This is another piece of the paper, the DSP. And you will notice when I turn it over to put the glue on it, that the DSP in the Advent Calendar does not have anything on the back. So that stops us from going, oh my gosh, I can't decide which one I like better. You don't have to decide. They decided for you. You like this one. All right, and then I have a 2-inch piece of Secret C that we're going to put to cover up that seam, but we're not going to do that quite yet because I want to do the stamping. So remember I told you that there were these little, it's like little miniature perennial postage dies, and I will show them to you because there's several of them and I'm just using one, and they actually fit really well with perennial postage. So there's 4 of them. Let's see if I can untangle them. Oh no, there's 5 of them. So there's 3 sizes of these squares. I'm using the medium one right now, so that you can layer them. I don't know if you can see the smallest one has some stitching on it. And then there's 2 that are rectangles. Again, good for layering, and some of the sentiments are real small. You can just stick them in there. Okay, so it's time to do some stamping. So, oh my, I did not get everything I needed out of here. Okay, so we've got the cupcake and the little cupcake top here. And as long as we're doing that, let's get our birthday wishes sentiment out of here. Actually, I think I'm going to line it up this way. You guys know how to do this, right? You put this, I put the words on the line, not the edge of the plastic or whatever, photopolymer part. And then I actually line up this edge here on one of the lines here. And I find that really helpful for when I want to stamp something on the inside, because then I can just go by this line, which is easier for me anyway. All right, so I used some Secret C. I think I'm going to stamp the bottoms all the same this time. And some Pretty in Pink. One thing I've noticed on this one is they don't really tell you what colors are in here. So, you know, that's obviously Secret C. Oh wait, I put Pretty in Pink, but I had decided earlier, to me this looks like Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then the yellow, I think, is Crushed Curry. So that's the colors that we are going to use today. And I also decided that the colors that are in here are often not as bright to me, or as dark, I guess I should say, as the colors themselves. So I've done a lot of stamping off when I go to use these colors, and I'll show you in a minute. So instead of stamping, I'll show you on the back, full strength on here, I thought it looked better to take it, stamp it off. So off to the side, I'm just stamping on some scratch paper, and then stamp it on here. So you can see it's just a little bit lighter. Whoops. And then I did do one of these in Cloud Cover. Now you can't get a Cloud Cover full ink pad because some of them were bad unless you're a demonstrator. Another reason to join up, because I think they're still available. So if you want to get one, again, I'm stamping it off. And you want to use the Cloud Cover ink because it is pretty. You will need to get it as a little stamping spot. There's my stamping spot. So I actually did this too. I bought the ink and inked up one of the blank stamping spots, and that works very well too. All right, so now we have the Crushed Curry one. And again, I'm not going to full strength it. I'm going to stamp it here, stamp it off where you can't see it, and then just stamp it on here. Again, it just makes it a little bit softer. And then I'm going to take the Flirty Flamingo and do the other two. It's going to look a little different than the one that I did before, but pretty similar. Again, I'm stamping it off so it's not quite as strong. There we go. And then one more thing to stamp, which is our birthday wishes. And I'm going to stamp that in the Secret C on just a 1/2 inch. I save all these scraps. I don't know about you guys, but I do. All right, so now we're all stamped up. And then we're going to take these on our 5.5 by 2 inch piece of Secret Sea. Oh no, I didn't put these down, did I? No, I used dimensionals. Can't make a card without dimensionals around here, so okay, so when I have these that I'm going to be putting 3 of them on here, the way I like to do it is to do the 2 on the sides, and I'm not pushing it down real hard, I'm just more kind of letting it sit there, and then the one in the middle. And see, this one already looks crooked to me. Because that way I can make sure, oops, see, these needed to go out a little bit more. Anyways, the reason I do it this way is that way I have the ones in the middle looking straight and even, because that's where your eye is going to go first, is to the middle here and how they're spaced, so then I have the ability to space them a little bit more evenly. You guys wouldn't believe how hard this is to do upside down and not be able to stick my head in the way. All right, now we'll bring our card back in and glue this down. Oh, I almost forgot we have little like toppers for our little cupcakes here. They have these little puffy embellishments. I'm calling them puffy because they remind me of, like, they're kind of plasticky feeling, and they remind me of little puffy things that we used to be able to have. So there's some cherries, and maybe we'll put a flower. Come on. And a strawberry. So that's our little puffy things. Now, next thing is what we're, oh, this is one of the things that's in the, they get, you get a blue one and a little pink one, which is a baker's twine, and I'm just going to make a kind of big fat bow. Hi, Louise. All right. Let's cut off the ends here. And then get a little mini glue dot. My favorite way to get these little mini glue dots off is with my Take Your Pick tool. Now this one isn't going to show, it's going to be underneath our our birthday, so it doesn't matter how our glue dot looks. But if it is going to show, then sometimes I'll, you know, roll it up a little bit so that it doesn't show so much. All right, and then it looks like I forgot to cut another little piece of the secret C, so we will have to do that. So we'll first cut a little flag on this end, just cut in the middle first, and then down the sides. Where's my other, oh, there it is. Get it out of the way. All right, secret C, where are you? There you are. So this is 1/2 inch, so I need something that's about 3/4 of an inch. So this is how I store my paper, and I have the pack of it back here, and this says order me some more, so I'll check on that. I have some that are, you know, bigger pieces, but then I have all these extra little pieces. This is called a job ticket. Don't know why, but got them on Amazon. So that's gonna, oh, perfect, go on there. And I'm going to glue it down first, and then we will cut off the secret C part. And then I'm going to put it up on some dimensionals. All right. And there we go. You know what I'm gonna do? This is another thing that comes in here. I didn't do this before, but I just realized there's nothing really blingy on here. So, whoa, okay, that's not what I meant to do. So we have all these little, they're kind of clear, kind of pink almost. So let's get a couple of these on here. And what I'm going to do is just do a little dot of glue on here. And then I have some little tweezers that work well for this. Yeah, if I can pick them up, that is. Let's see if I can get one of these small ones on here. Oh my gosh. Pretty sure you guys can't see these because I can barely see them and I'm looking straight at them, but they're little teeny sequins. And then let me try to find another big one. No. To put up here. But that just gives it a little bit of bling. If you can see that now. The other thing is in these white ones, or these clear ones, there's this, this one is, here I can put it on here, maybe you can see it better. This one is heart-shaped and clear, and there's a bow, there's a couple other little things, but I'll clean that up later. That's a big old mess now. So that is our little card from the Advent calendar supplies. So this is why I'm just really enjoying playing with them, because it has everything. I mean, it has embellishments, it has the twine, it has dies, it has paper. It's just really fun to open and see all these cool things, although I don't know how anybody would sit here and not open all of it, but you know, instead of waiting day to day to day, which I know you're supposed to do, but this is pretty cool like this. All right, let me put you back up here. And just give me an email at stampwithdrrobin@gmail.com if you are interested in coming to either the holiday card buffet or the Hanukkah class. Hanukkah class is going to be smaller, only 10 people, because I just don't have enough supplies / room for more than that. I do more than that for the holiday card buffet, and there'll be at least one Hanukkah card on that too, and holiday cards, Christmas cards, general holiday. So let me know if you're interested. The other thing is, I'd love it if you went over to Stamp with Dr. Robin on YouTube and subscribe, because that makes it much easier for other people to come and find me too. And I will see you again next Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.